Hey, welcome to video number 184 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things.
BNI and networking.
BNI, you win. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, 184, I was just thinking, we're gonna be hitting 200.
Yeah, we will in 16 weeks
Right?
or so. Is that right? Yeah.
Somehow I didn't expect that we were gonna do this that long.
I know. Well, it started off as an idea and we just kept it going. So we're in our fourth year, 150, 150, third year, going into our fourth year.
Right. And I was in YouTube reviewing some of our videos. And there's some really old ones on there where we're live.
I know, right? Yeah. So we've done a lot. We've seen the world. We've been around the world. We actually have been around the world doing it because we've done them from Thailand. We've done it from Poland, done it from Montreal, from Vancouver, in person. And we're actually in person right now, next door office to each other.
We've done it in a couple US conferences too.
Oh, that's right, down in Texas.
Yeah.
We did it. Excuse the accent. It's a horrible accent. So Hazel, I love traveling. You know what I hate?
No.
I hate mushy bananas. Overripe bananas.
The ones you smash up and either feed to the baby or put in bread.
Or make banana bread, absolutely. Or maybe a smoothie. But just eating them, they're kind of like pasty on the mouth.
And they're really, really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you were telling me a story earlier today about something you learned about bananas. And the question you asked was, do you like bananas? And then what happens when you leave a banana out over a long period of time? Not necessarily, it's not even a long period.
No, doesn't take long.
Doesn't take long. And they go from being amazing to being, freezer material or garbage material.
Yeah, it's the same holds true with avocados.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You lay them on the counter and then you cut it open and it's no good inside.
Yeah.
Right.
And so then we related that back to when we talk around networking is referrals and credibility and following up on referrals and following up on phone calls and voicemails and messages that you receive about potential referrals.
Yeah.
What happens when you wait too long for that follow-up piece?
Yeah, I don't know what's shifted something. Maybe it's the social media. I don't know, but it seems like people take longer and longer to get back to you.
Right.
Right. You leave a message or you send an email and then a week passes and you've heard nothing.
Nothing.
Right. Or I give someone a referral and time passes and I've heard nothing from them. Right. If anything's been done. So yeah, it's a problem. So a sales trainer actually taught me. Mm-hmm. What he said was, how when you leave apple or bananas or avocados or a lot of soft fruits, peaches even ripen really fast if you leave them sit out. Mm-hmm. And they go bad. So you need to treat every phone call as if it were something that's going to go bad really fast. Leave a piece of fish sit out on the counter for a little while, see what happens.
Yeah.
Right? It goes bad fast. So if I call you and I leave you a voicemail, I need something that gets back and says, I'll return the call within 48 hours. Okay, so now I feel okay about it, right? But if 48 hours comes and goes, now I'm not feeling so okay about it. And if 48 hours comes and goes and I've never heard from you at all, I start to get concerned.
Right.
Right? Because so then I send you another email and that doesn't get responded to. And now I'm thinking I need to go somewhere else to do my business. Or now I'm calling my client to see if you followed up.
Right.
Right. So now I've got to get hold of them. So it doesn't help build credibility when you don't follow up promptly. Yeah. And the standing rule is 24 to 48 hours. And if it's a prospect, it should be within that 24-hour time frame, especially when you're networking. Ivan Misner talks about that all the time. Follow-up should be within 24 hours of your event. Mm-hmm. right? So it's not just networking, no,
It's everywhere.
it's, yeah, all kinds of things. You lose credibility.
Yeah, and I know, everything has an arc. Like when you're in a workshop, it has an arc from when I'm in to when I'm checked out. And sometimes, to me, I call it, no offense to jazz music. People love jazz music. To me, it's something that just sort of goes on and on and on and on. Much like a movie you think is going to end and it doesn't end. And then you think it's going to end and it doesn't end. I'm like, oh my gosh. But there's an arc to it. And so there is an arc to credibility and trust as well. And the arc is trust, credibility. Now I'm done and I no longer trust you. I don't have that credibility. And that's what this follow-up piece is about, is there's only a finite amount of time that we have, and everyone's a little different. It could be 24 hours, 48 hours from when I'm trusting you to now I'm like, no, I'm over it. And if you email me or message me back, you might get the cold shoulder.
And I think part of it, Mark, is we want instant gratification now, right?
Yeah.
Emails this. So you can set up a little thing on your email to instantly reply back to me. Sorry, I'm really, really busy. I promise to get back to you, answer this email within 48 to 72 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
If this is really important, ring the office phone. Just something to tide me over. And here's the thing. There are so many, I'm one of those people that have ADD, or ADHD is what I'm told, but and so there's this thing called object impermanence, right? So I forget sometimes that I had that phone call or I had that email and I tagged it and I forgot to go back to it. So I have to set reminders up for myself to remember that. And if I send you a message, a text message, an email, or a voicemail, and you don't respond, I am immediately I'm short patience, right? So I'm going to go somewhere else.
Right.
I'm going to go to the next person online, next person, to do my business, because I think you're not interested. So if you set reminders for yourself, and I think I've talked about this in past videos, but I can't remember. If I book to go to a networking event, for instance, I'm sponsoring a big networking event in Indianapolis. And the first thing I put on my calendar was, this is the day of the event, and this is the day I'm following up with everybody. It's on my calendar to the follow-up date. So how many events and things do you go to that you don't put reminders down? And how many times do you forget to check your voicemail, forget to check your email, forget to get back to text messages if you don't move it over to a calendar?
Right.
And if I don't move it to a calendar, or I don't give myself some kind of reminder, I'm likely to forget. And I don't think people do it intentionally. I just think we're overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that comes at us.
Definitely, especially email.
Yeah.
Especially email.
Yeah, we just get overwhelmed. And so now we're trying to prioritize it. And now I've tagged it, and now it's fallen to the bottom, because as I'm sitting here talking to you, someone responded to an email I sent them, but it took them about a week, and now I've let it set, and now it's another, and it's setting me back in a project I'm working on.
Yeah.
Right. So that is the issue, is
right.
Be prompt.
And then the challenge with that, if we talk around BNI, is the optics of everything. As you know, everyone's watching everything, and the optics of, or the message that we give when we're not following up, is that if it's taking you 2, 3, 4, 5 days or nothing to follow up with me, and I refer someone to you, you're going to potentially not follow up with them either. And
the last thing I want to get is, if I've referred you, is a call from the person I referred you to going, I've never heard from them.
Yeah. Now they no longer trust you.
Now I've lost some credibility. Right. Yeah. So yeah. And I do have people that I do business with, or have done business with, and they habitually take a long time to respond to me.
Yeah.
So that's a problem for me.
Yeah, that's the siren coming to save someone.
Right.
And help
save
them.
Your prospect.
Save your prospect, save the referral, follow up right away, 24 to 48 hours.
And there's so many automated calendars and reminder systems now. I'm starting more and more to put reminders in here all the time, just to pop up and remind me I got to do things. because I know I have object impermanence, and so out of sight, out of mind, I won't remember to follow up.
And we have talked about this topic probably quite a few times in the last 184 videos, but it is one of the #1 complaints that we get from members. Even though it's in our code of ethics, I will follow up on the referrals I receive. Probably should add a timeline into that actual statement within ... However, it is the #1 complaint is I've given referrals, but there's been no follow-up.
They'll follow up,
Yeah,
yeah.
what can I do about it? And we're like, well, yeah,
You have
start.
to have a conversation with the person going, I need to know, now this is why when I teach 7 steps to high value referrals, one of the pieces I train is what is your onboarding process when you get a referral?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have one. So what our workshop is we create that process so that when I get a referral, I do this, then I do this, then I do this, then I do this.
Right.
Right. And so now I have a process that I can follow. But most people just get the referral, they walk out the door, or they get the referral on their phone, they tag it to follow up, it drops down and disappears. I didn't put a reminder on it, I just put a flag on it, and now I forgot about it.
Right.
And I don't think people do it intentionally. I think it's just an overwhelm of our society now.
Yeah. And we talked a little bit earlier about people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So know me is pretty solid. Like me could go either way, but it has a little bit more.
Always
room. But
iffy for me.
Trust is a very slippery slope.
Because you can't, it's hard to rebuild.
Yeah. And so you always want to keep in the forefront about just checking in with yourself that you're doing the right thing. When I receive that email, yes, we're all busy, but a simple, hey, I'm really busy right now, I'll get back to you, and then get back to them, like follow up on your follow-up, because you want to maintain that credibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's going to be my focus today, to make sure everything that I have flagged is been followed up on. That's my goal today.
All right. And it's probably a good lesson for all of us to do, no matter what day you're watching this video. Have a look at what you missed in the past little while and follow up. Until next time, Hazel Walker.
See you then.
Bye.